absolutely beautiful disasters to POV drama in real life, where fiction cuts deep and real life is somehow even messier. I'm your host, Mange, your local emotional support villain and dramaturg of vibes. Today, we are dragging, crying, and deep diving into the history of losers. A show so good it had me rethinking every man I've ever soft launched, hard blocked, or accidentally trauma bonded with. Let's be real for a second. That ending, criminal, absolute criminal offense. I'm filing a lawsuit in the court of how dare you. But despite all that, the show is an emotional masterpiece. It's not just coming of age, it's coming to terms, coming undone, and coming back for closure you didn't get. This isn't your regular dose of brooding male protagonist and emotionally constipated kisses under the rain. Oh no, this show ripped open the collective chest of masculinity and said, bleed, baby. Cry about it. Process it. So, pour your drink, light your healing candle, and let's psychoanalyze these university boys like we've got honorary degrees in emotional archetypes and bad decisions. Men, but make it mythology. A new law, not just more law. One thing this drama does and does well is shatter the myth that men are emotionally vacant NPCs with two default settings, horny and hungry. We, as women, are used to assuming that when we like a guy, he just vaguely is aware of our existence. We imagine him shagging while we spiral, but this show, no. This show gives us blushing, giggling, humming, foot-kicking, air-punching boys in love. Yes, even stoic Joon-soek caught the giggle flow after asking his crush out. These weren't played for laughs. They were sincere moments of vulnerability, of how men process love, loss, and confusion, the good, the tragic, the embarrassing. Each of the four main guys represents a different flavor of male emotional expression. And once you meet them, you start seeing them everywhere. In your ex, in your situationship, in your best friend who low-key cried during Toy Story 3. So, let's break these losers down, shall we? Mingi, love me loud or I'll die trying. Mingi, oh, my sweet summer boy. Well, he's the human equivalent of screaming, I love you, from a rooftop at 3 a.m. and wondering why your situationship left you on red. He's loud, desperate, deeply emotional, and so painfully unaware of how exhausting that is. He doesn't just want love. He wants love backflipping off fireworks in front of the Eiffel Tower. If you're a soft-spoken person, he'll take it personally. If you don't post him on your story with a sparkly heart emoji, betrayal. If you take more than 10 seconds to respond, call the paramedics. Mingi is the loud lover, the one who writes poetry after one kiss and tries to move in after 3 dates. And yes, it's sweet, until it becomes suffocating. He doesn't want you, exactly. He wants a mirror version of himself in just a cuter outfit. And when he does get love, he panics, self-sabotages, spirals faster than a girlie with his birth chart. And when he does get love, he panics, self-sabotages, spirals faster than a girlie with her ex's birth chart. Case in point, that scene where he awkwardly asked Sora if it was her first time because it was his first time, and then he cried when she answered that it wasn't. Oh my goodness, I couldn't watch that. I actually had to pause, close my eyes, and try to bleach that scene out of my mind because yes, it was cute, but like, come on. She is at least like 3 years older than him. What did he expect? Oh my goodness. But despite it being funny, despite it being the worst case of secondhand embarrassment, trust me, I say that with a pinch of salt because Mingi made me have like a new definition of secondhand embarrassment. Like, wow. But point is, even though it was funny, even though it was embarrassing, it cracked open this deeper issue. How men tie a woman's worth to her virginity, yet never hold themselves to the same standard. If a man ever, and I mean ever, tries to guilt trip you over your past, block, delete, run. And Bury him metaphorically, of course, not physically. We're not about to go to jail for trash, okay? Alright. We do not have time for fragile egos dressed in fake morality. But I will say this for Mingi though, he tries. That moment he ran the race knowing he might lose, that was his breakthrough. It wasn't about winning, it was about showing up for himself. It was raw, vulnerable, and strangely triumphant. Mingi is a mess, but he's a growing mess. And I'd rather take a messy chaya over a polished coward any day. Ki-hyeok, the trust issues and ghost protocol. Ki-hyeok is a heart wrapped in armor. He's basically trust issues in boyfriend material. He loves hard, but doubts even harder. You could tattoo "I love you" on your forehead and it still squint like, but do you really mean it though? His relationship with Hye-sun is complicated. She's a bar hostess, which, by the way, is judged unfairly by society. She was completely open with him about it. And he accepts her, which was super cute, by the way, until he doesn't. When she helps a drunk customer get home, he sees her getting into the guy's car. He assumes the worst. He doesn't ask, doesn't clarify, just ghosts her like it's Halloween. By the way, she was literally helping a married man get home to his wife. I was like, chill, bro, chill. But by the time he realized he was wrong, it was too late. She was gone, moved, out. Because the universe is petty like that. You don't believe in love, it stops showing up. But here's where his arc gets powerful. He learns. He gets it. That love isn't a quiz with right answers. It's a risk, a faith, a lip without a harness. He realizes that his fear doesn't protect him. It isolates him. So when he books a flight to San Francisco to chase Hye-sun, it's not just romance. It's a personal rebellion. It's him saying, I've been afraid, but I want something real, and I'm finally ready to believe in it. And if you're a Ki-hyeok, scared that love will vanish the minute you trust it, let me tell you this, you are worthy believing in. And if no one's told you that lately, I'll start painting constellations on your ceiling with my mediocre stickman art skills, okay? Gwang-jae, flirt like a fool, love like a legend. Gwang-jae, oh my little baby Gwang-jae. This is the human embodiment of a Labrador retriever who tried one sip of soju and never looked back. He's the guy who walks into a room and makes you roll your eyes and smile at the same time. He's doing finger hearts and winking at women who are 10 leagues above his flirting skills, giving advice that sounds like it came from a romance novel written by a golden retriever. But damn if he isn't trying. But here's the thing, behind that chaotic energy is the purest, most earnest heart. He wants to be cool. He wants to be desired. He wants to matter. And yeah, he's a mess, but he's a sincere mess. He's that one class clown who, if you hand him a mic long enough, accidentally says something profound and then immediately ruins it with a dad joke. And honestly, that paradox, that awkward depth wrapped in loud, goofy charm, is what makes him so unforgettable. The way he falls for Yeonjung, that was real. He's usually into the conventional pretty K-drama type of woman, but with Yeonjung, it was never about type. It was about vibe. They shared interest, conversations that sparked something real, and suddenly his old criteria meant nothing. What moved me most was that when he realized he liked her, he didn't flinch. He didn't get weird or pull back like, oh wait, she's not what I usually go for. Nah, bro leaned in, cockily, loudly, with his whole chest. Because she made him feel something genuine, and he wasn't going to fumble that just because it didn't look like the fantasy in his head. And that confession scene, a beautiful, beautiful train wreck. Zero grace, negative smoothness, but it was him, unfiltered. No more peacocking, no more pretending, just a man saying, I like you, for real. And that's a rare kind of brave. Gwang-jae is proof that sincerity can be messy, clumsy, and lovable, and still move your heart. He reminds us that sometimes the loudest fool is the one who'll treat you the best. Joon-soek, soft boy, silent storm. The man of my dreams. Now let's move on to Joon-soek. He's the type of man who lives in the background but holds the entire room together. The man who picks up the pieces when no one is noticing. He's not flashy, he's not loud, but he sees everything, feels deeply, loves quietly, and suffers without complaint. Joon-soek is that rare kind of man who carries warmth like a second skin. He nurtures without needing credit, feeds people without being asked, holds space for his friends in a way that says, I've got you, even if you forget me. He's not the father of the group, he's the mother of that group. The emotional backbone disguised as the guy just driving everyone around and making ramyeon at 2 a.m. And then we get to his love story, or should I say, his slow-motion heartache wrapped in maturity. He didn't fall loudly. He didn't pull a Gwang-jae style spectacle. Oh no. Joon-soek realized he was in love, painfully, reluctantly, beautifully. The scene that undid me was the one after they almost died. Ji-yeon says, to know if it is love, you always run to that person. It doesn't matter what happens, they are your number one. And that man just sat there and swallowed every word like it was medicine and poison at the same time. His whole soul blinked. He realized it was her. And I realized it was him. And when they planned that beach trip, which was meant to be a healing getaway after Ju-yeon's heartbreak, he tries to cancel it because he knows what that trip means. He knows she's raw, hurting, and if he confesses now, it won't be love. It will be a wound. So he steps back again. He prioritizes her comfort over his feelings again. Because to him, love isn't always about getting the girl. It's about making sure the girl is okay, even if she never chooses him. Joon-soek is the kind of man who's so secure, so emotionally intelligent, it's almost devastating. He doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He waits silently with grace. And that scene, when Ji-yeon says she turned down that senior because she was waiting for someone, I giggled so hard I almost threw my phone against the wall. Yeah, that was the arrow, straight to the heart. Joon-soek reminds us that emotional safety is sexy as hell, that gentlemen are strong, that quiet loyalty is not weakness, it's a superpower, and that yes, sometimes nice guys finish last, but they finish with forever. So if you're a Joon-soek, don't you dare change, okay? Listen to me, don't you dare change. Keep loving like that. You're not just someone's dream. You're the answer to someone's prayer. Maybe even mine. The history of losers isn't just about boys growing up. It's about boys feeling, boys failing, and boys trying again. It's a love letter to vulnerability, and it's a slap in the face to performative masculinity, and it's proof that the quietest arcs sometimes leave the loudest echoes. So, what have we learned, my fellow Delulus? Soft boys hurt. Sad endings sting, but emotional damage? She builds character, baby. If this episode made you reflect, rage, or realize you might be Ki-hyeok in disguise, don't ghost me. Let's spiral together. I've just launched Ko-fi memberships. Yes, ma'am. I'm out here building a community of certified emotional support gremlins. For the price of one overpriced iced matcha, you can now support this podcast, unlock juicy behind-the-scenes rants, get early access to episodes, digital goodies, and join exclusive chaos I'm cooking up just for the inner circle. Want to scream about side boy syndrome at 3 a.m.? Want my unfiltered drama take straight into your inbox? Join the Delulu Disciples and let's build something tender, unhinged, and magical together. And hey, do not, and I say this with love and a bit of authority, do not be a stranger. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I'm probably the one posting memes at 2 a.m. and crying about soft boys by sunrise. Now, here's your call to action, bestie. What fictional loser made you feel way too seen? DM me, tag me, yell at me in the comments. I want to hear it all. Your Delulu is safe here. Until next time, stay soft, stay weird, and for the love of serotonin, stop texting your ex. Signed, Her Most Unruly Holiness, High Priestess of the Cult of Conscious, Saint of Spirals and Overanalysis, Mange, aka your favorite emotionally intelligent menace.